keep you posted on is the Kansas City Chiefs are now uh they're very close to locking up the number one seed.
Got to win this
We are
week.
winners yet again. We do have to win this week against the Steelers on Christmas Day, and we'll have this locked up
Magic
before
number
we
is
get too
1.
far. Before we get too far into the show, thoughts and prayers out to Tank Dell. Gruesome injury,
Yeah.
ACL tear, dislocated knee. That may be one of the most gruesome injuries in Arrowhead Stadium. So T's and P's out to you, Tank Dell.
Bro, they replayed it so many times too. It was fucked
It's
up.
way too many.
As someone
Thought they
who's
didn't do that
experienced
stuff anymore.
like a dislocation injury, like replays are just fucked up. That's
I
not cool,
thought
man.
I thought they cooled it on that stuff. I thought they were not
No.
trying to do that
No,
anymore.
no. Like
Over
remember
and over and
who's
over
that? Who's the
again.
Ware guy from oh, was that
Spencer
like
Ware?
the uh
Louisville?
yeah, the Louisville kid. Yeah, Devin Ware, Devon Devin? I can't remember. Anyways,
Where?
the Ware kid from Louisville, like they didn't replay that like at all. Like I think they showed it like once and that was like it. But now I guess you can just replay it 1,000 times over and over and over
Kevin.
again. Kevin Ware. I feel like an asshole.
If they're super bad, they usually don't show them over and over again. Like Gordon Hayward,
No.
whenever he broke his ankle
Spencer
in season
Ware.
opener.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of, man. Sorry. But yeah, they did not replay Gordon Hayward's at all. Some of them they just can't because it's that gruesome. They should have not played Tank Dells at all. I don't think they realized it until it was too late.
CBS was just like, fuck yeah.
Watch this.
Yeah, I know. It's like all his friends and family are watching, like, oh, that's our loved one's knee. Keeps popping out, same way. 5 different angles. Thanks. Like, it's kind of fucked up, man.
It's a gruesome and very tough injury. I hope he can come back from it.
Oh
That's
yeah.
two. Was that the same leg that he broke last year, Sean? I believe it. I believe it is.
I do not recall, but he's had a tough stretch of time recently here. Between
Yeah.
last
So
year, this
last
summer, and this year, it's
The fact
last
that
year
he caught
broke
that
tough
ball
for
for a
Tank.
touchdown, insane.
Yeah, still held on to it. That was dude's got some mental toughness up there, which Tybo thinks that the Chiefs do not, or is he was he just playing on uh my thoughts
I'm still
from
disappointed.
previous games?
Yeah,
Disappointed. Well, we'll get to your disappointment. Actually tell me a little bit about here. What was your disappointment and what do you think needs to be fixed from that going into this game
Yeah.
against the
Better
Steelers?
time than now. No better time than now.
listen, I'm not going to get too specific and nitpicky on what the Chiefs need to do other than score 30 points in a goddamn game. All right. I know the Steelers coming up. I know we have week 18, but if the Chiefs score 30 points and show the rest of the league a type of offense that they used to see with Patrick Mahomes at the helm, there was a lot of articles about Patrick Mahomes is supposed to be in a better place with his ankle going into week 17, going into play the Pittsburgh Steelers versus where he was at for playing the Texans. So let's show him. Let's show him a bit of big dog, offensive, start out hot Chiefs football.
Yeah, I love that, man. That's
What's
so
that look like,
enthusiastic
Tybo?
right
What's
there.
that look
Yeah.
like?
More explosive plays. Pat having a little bit of a cleaner pocket. DJ Humphrey's supposed to be back, so
Yeah.
let's let's count on that. We can shore up the left side. You shore up the
Yeah.
tackle. Like let's get Pat Mahomes in a rhythm, going deeper down the field. Let's stretch it
Yeah.
out a little bit.
Yeah.
We got Hollywood Brown back. You know,
Yeah.
number 5 needs to
Yeah.
get more snaps.
Yeah.
He got what, 20 snaps in this game?
More
Yeah, dude,
snaps.
just about
More.
That's
like he looks
pretty
good.
good
More.
He
stats up
looks
there for
good.
him.
I
D Hop, Xavier Worthy, and Hollywood Brown are the only 3 receivers that need to be out there right now.
He made a few plays.
Those 3 and tight ends.
He had like a one big third down catch, I remember. Or maybe it was a fourth down catch,
Well,
actually.
let's see more
I
of
do
it.
not
We were
recall
so close to
exactly.
breaking 30 in this game. We were at 27. Another possession goes our way in that game. We cracked that 30-point threshold, but that's that's the mark where if we show some life in our offense before the playoffs, leading up to the playoffs, we're gonna put the rest of the league on notice, man.
What do you mean? You're
The
the
league is already
back-to-back
on
defending
notice.
champs.
already
fucko.
We only win by one possession. Like
We are
everybody thinks
14
we're
and
frauds.
1.
Everybody out here that
Let
hates
them
us
think
right
that. Who
now.
cares?
Let them
Tries
think
to
that.
help
That's
us
just
that
the
we only win
fans.
because of black
That's
magic. We
that's
don't win
just the
because we're that
fans.
14
good.
It's
and
not
one
the teams.
frauds. My God.
That's
Who
what people
cares
have to
what
say to
fans-
We
cope
don't
with
win.
us winning all the time.
I'm just saying that's what's being said out
You're
there, man.
falling for the bullshit,
what's
man.
being
You need to
said.
stop falling for the bullshit.
I'm not fine. It's
That
not that
shit
I'm
is
You
for
falling
are
the
for bullshit.
falling
birds.
I'm just
for it.
saying let's combat it a little bit. If it's
Hundo P, that's you're falling
We
for it. 'Cause
do. We win every week.
I
That
thought
is
the game
wild.
against the Texans was one of it was probably the best complete game the whole team has played so far this season.
Yeah.
We only didn't score on 2 possessions. I think that is fantastic. Even if you count the field goals, guess what? We're still walking away with points. And that's exactly
it's still
what we
only a
need.
one possession win.
A win
Fine,
is
man.
a fucking
There was
win.
here.
How many of those do
You
we
sound
have
like
in a row,
Kirk
man?
Herbstreit fucking complaining about everything but the win. It's the win that matters.
There was a lot of control that we
I
had in
need to
that
see
game,
more.
and in the second half, there was at no point post Tank Dell injury, there was at no point that I thought that we were ever going to lose that game once that happened, and that's the exact same thing that's going to happen with the Steelers. All right, so George Pickens is in, George Pickens is out. It doesn't really matter. Najee Harris, we know that teams are unable to run on this Kansas City Chiefs defense. Joe Mixon looked to be one of the best running backs to have a day against the Kansas City Chiefs, and he still didn't really have a day.
Man,
So-
I would hate to have him on my fantasy team. Whew.
So Najee Harris, good luck against this defense. Chris Jones is
That's some
looking
foreshadowing
to
right
probably
there.
be out for this game.
Stay tuned for the NFL show.
So expect Chris Jones not to be there. This defense may get a little lackadaisical just because his presence won't be there.
Yeah, if he's not there, is the defense going to be good enough to keep us in games like we have been this season?
Yeah, that's kind of what my thinking was is the defense going to be good enough? And here's what's going to happen to combat that is because I'm pretty certain that Chris Jones will not be playing in this game. Just go ahead and start resting him up already. Still don't really have to worry about anything because what Spag's going to do? Blitz, baby, blitz. They're not going to be able to handle exactly what's going on. And I'm going to tell you this reason why. Trent McDuffie went to the nickelback position for most of the game, and he covered the inside slot. But why did he go to the nickelback position? It was so that the outside
Because he was told to by his
because-
coach.
It was because the best receivers were in the slot position.
Mhm.
What's going to happen is he's going to go back to the outside, and Jaden Hicks is going to be playing that nickelback position. And what's going to happen once that happens? Blitz, baby, blitz. Jaden Hicks is going to be in the backfield. He's going to be knocking around Najee Harris. Russ is going to have to be floating outside of the pocket. And because Jaden Hicks is so fast, built between a safety and a linebacker, he's going to be eating Russell Wilson for lunch in the noon hour on Christmas Day. This defense is still going to be getting the job done with or without Chris Jones in this offense. Guess what? 6 yards per carry this past week against the Texans, still going to continue to do so. We saw the likes of Hollywood Brown, DeAndre Hopkins, and Xavier Worthy all out there at the same time. And yeah, Travis Kelce doesn't look good, but
And
so
you
what?
still can't
Don't-
score 30 points. So get
Don't need
fucked.
to.
Doesn't
Don't
matter.
need to.
Exactly.
need
That's
to.
the point I'm trying to make for Tybo.
Exactly.
Complaining you can't
We're gonna
score
go
30
out
points.
there,
You don't need to.
control time of possession, get in, get out with a win, number 1 seed in the playoffs.
Try to stay as healthy as you can. That's the main thing.
That's why you don't try to go out there and both
Fuck you.
race teams.
Fuck the Chiefs. I hope someone. Just kidding. No, I would never hope someone gets hurt. That's fucked up.
That would be
But,
messed up. But that's what I'm saying is like you go in, control the game. It doesn't matter if it's 30. It doesn't matter if it's 100 points. Get in, get out, keep everyone healthy, run the clock down as quickly as you possibly can, and enjoy the Christmas with your family.
Try to get some revenge on how bad Christmas was last year for you, because last year was just embarrassing.
Find whatever motivation you can to absolutely just put them in the dirt. Remind the league who the Chiefs are. Let's win by more than one possession.
And let that come from the defensive side. Because, Andy, all I want to see is running the damn ball on Christmas. Get it over with so I can get to my brisket.
Why do you run the ball in December?
Because
Because it fucking hurts. It fucking hurts, especially out here when it's
But
nice.
we
and
have
chilly.
guys like
Well,
Leo
it's going to be in
Chenal
Pennsylvania,
that's
dumbass.
gonna
It's
just
cold in fucking Pennsylvania in December too, dumbass. What do you want, Tybo?
who's what? I said we have people like Leo Chenal that's gonna hit people regardless.
Dude, that
Well,
guy
he's from Wisconsin.
plays
It
with
doesn't
a
matter.
reckless abandon.
Death
He
row.
is just a missile that flies around the field.
I love that man.
Yeah, he's
It
he's
is
pretty fun to
so
watch.
fun to watch him play. Just 100% at all times is what he's given out there. He's
Yeah.
going full speed no matter what.
Because of you, I have watched more of him this year. My eyes naturally gravitate towards
Big white men,
Jones and
big black men.
Well,
My,
Nick Bolton,
my eyes naturally gravitate
another big
towards
black
good football.
man. But yes, yeah, Jones and Bolton are my eyes naturally gravitate towards on your defense. And since listening to you talk about Leo Chenal in such a good light, I have started to watch him, and yeah, he's again just plays with a reckless abandon. He could care less about his body or anybody else's body. He's going for the ball. And you mentioned it too. He sets the edge like a motherfucker. So, yeah, tough.
Is there anything that we should be worried about going against the Steelers here? They are a good
Their
team.
defense.
I do not know if George Pickens is expected to be back. I
George
would assume
Pickens is
that
expected to play. The one
Trent
thing I'm worried
McDuffie's going to
about
cover him.
is I'm
TJ
not worried
Watt.
about it at all.
Exactly.
TJ
I
Watt.
am really expecting for Mike Tomlin to be facing the other way whenever we're returning a punt and try to stand on the sideline a little bit too close and look at the jumbotron and try to step out of the way. That he's got to try those tricks in this game, man. There's nothing that they can really do outside of the norm to really do anything with this. It's Russell Wilson.
Yeah, that defense is good though, man. That
defense
front
is
six
good,
is
but
mean
I-
on that defense.
but
That's a
it's
good
Russell
point.
Wilson.
I wanted to ask this because Tybo and I definitely got into some offensive line talk last week, and so Tommy, I'd like your take on this too. Joe Tooney played really, really well at the left tackle position. Now DJ
Mhm.
Humphries is expected to be back in this game. It's Monday by the time we're recording this, so anything could happen. But
Yeah.
currently, DJ Humphries is expected to play in this game. We saw for a good portion of this game against the Texans, Wanye Morris playing his original right tackle position. Don't forget that he played right tackle at Oklahoma before being transitioned to a left tackle in Kansas City. Juwan Taylor went out. He came into the right tackle position. I do not know if Juwan Taylor is going to be out this game or not.
How did he play?
Seems like he played lights out. I
Lights
mean,
out.
just
Better
as
over there.
good.
Damn, so
just
he's
as good
really
as he
comfortable
played.
at right.
Like
He's really comfortable at right.
He played 3 years at right tackle
Yeah.
at Oklahoma before he went to the
That
draft.
shit matters. I tell you what,
out
dude.
there.
I tell you what. I only really ever played left tackle, and I tell you right now, right tackle would probably be hard for me. Honestly,
It's like trying to write left-handed if you're right-handed, or
yeah,
right-handed
or like
if
bat
you're left-handed.
left-handed
It's a totally
if you bat right-handed. Yeah,
it's
that
a
would be hard.
totally different stance. It's a totally different motion. Everything changes so much. And so while I agree, yes, TJ Watt, a guy to be afraid of, I actually feel much more comfortable with Wanye Morris at the right tackle starting against him than I would if Juwan Taylor was out there right now.
Oh, I agree with that. Here's the thing, though. Honestly, if I'm Mike Tomlin, I'm letting TJ Watt just roam around, just wreak havoc, do whatever the fuck you want. If you want to go against the right guy, go against the right guy. If you want to go against the left guy, go against the left guy. And also, too, you got to worry about Hayward on the inside. If Humphreys plays and moves Tooney back under the inside, that's really, really good for you. However, what's his fucking name? The backup guard that nobody
Mike
knows.
Caliendo.
Caliendo, great name. If he's there, I'm putting Hayward in his inside pocket all night long. I'm inside shade Hayward over Caliendo all night long.
And just
I'm
Caliendo
gonna make
2 weeks.
and I'm
get a
gonna
yard
make
deep
Creed
each
and
time.
Caliendo try and
Oh, yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
beat him. That's what I'm
I'll-
gonna do.
I'll-
And I'm gonna put TJ on whoever the fuck he wants.
I would
Creed
agree
can do
that is the idea of what you want to do, but I will point out that Mike Caliendo 2 weeks in a row, one of the highest graded left guards in the entire
So-
NFL.
Yeah. How'd you guys run the ball last week?
5 point yards a carry.
5 yards of carry. So here's what I'm going to tell you now. So he played in week 1 and graded well, but you guys didn't have that attitude. I think that attitude came with the less think he was nervous, and now I think that attitude came in game 2 because I talked about last week how he did not like he played okay. He did his job. He was worried about doing his job last week. And this week he was less worried about doing his job and more worried about just like fucking giving it to people. And like setting the tone and being an enforcer and shit like that. And that's probably I think the what switched week to week. But I mean, if that's the case, then either way, the Steelers front six has their work cut out for them. I mean, you're going up against one of the best offensive lines in the league. And they obviously they have displayed it for the last few weeks. They can move pieces around and operate fairly effectively for the most part. I mean, they're 14-1, so I'd call that effective. Yeah, you got
That's
your hands on it.
probably-
Going out the Steelers defense right there. Joey Porter Jr. went out with an injury last week or this past week.
Yes, he did.
That's going to be a major issue for them. They don't have much cornerback depth in that room. They have a great defense, but cornerback is not their strong suit over there.
Yeah. Mike Tomlin's just a major motivator. He's a master motivator. He's gonna get these guys to like ready to literally run through a
He's
wall.
a masturbator.
Masturbator, yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
That was great, Sean.
But let's get our wide receivers moving against that. Let's take advantage of their issue in the secondary. That's what I'm expecting. I want to see some points scored out of our offense, so I'm expecting that. D-Hop over 6 catches, Hollywood Brown 5 catches, Xavier Worthy 6-7 catches.
See, I think if that happens though, it's gonna be the quick game because you don't. If I'm Andy
That's
Reid,
fine.
I don't want to give T.J. Watt time to rush the passer.
Those can still turn into explosive plays.
Oh
so
yeah,
that's
they
fine.
can. They
Yeah.
can. You know. It's a matter of
And
that's a numbers game. Like
That's
the
one
odds
of
of
the older
winning them
tricks in
busting
the
are
book as
good.
far as trying to get your quarterback into a rhythm.
What I was going to say though is to get to that, you have to be able to run the ball to keep the DBs and everybody else honest. So you have to maintain the line of scrimmage and maintain it in both the running game and the passing game, for
I
sure.
felt like we were seeing a lot more 5 wide in this past game for the Chiefs offense than we
He's
have
got the
in
numbers to
past.
do it.
Yeah.
You got the people
It's-
to do
We,
it
we're
now.
finally
It's looking a
healthy
lot
enough.
better.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you have your team back.
Not only that, Sean, going 5 wide, but even when we did go 5 wide and they were running as many DBs as they could to keep up, like we were still getting open. And that's the
Exactly.
key is if you run 5 wide, like guys have to get open. And they were finding pockets. They understand the chemistry with Patrick Mahomes at this point, even with Hollywood not
That would
playing
be an
that much
offensive coordinator
at
thing.
all.
Hold up now. Don't get me
No,
wrong
it's a-
here,
it's a
but it
chemistry
sounded
thing.
like you almost kind of just complimented the offensive coordinator on his scheme and getting people open in a 5 wide set. I don't want to be the one to say you just kind of complimented Matt Nagy there.
No, because
but it kind of sounded like you did.
No, because the plays had broken down. Pat had opened up outside of the pocket and was
Oh,
what I'm saying
yeah.
is the receivers were getting comfortable out there
Yes,
and
it
doing
did.
what
It
Pat
did.
expects.
Sure. Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
I just want to see us flex
Good
a little bit of
save.
muscle on offense. The offense has been lacking and it just feels like we're doing just enough to get by.
Well, I'm going to give
Do
you
more than enough to get by.